Hey folks, my name's Kevin. This is my wife Michelle, and we're kind of stepping outside of the box, making this video. It's our first one, and we, or at least I, have felt for a while that I should do this and see what might come of it. And we're both Christians, and we feel the Lord leading us to do this, and I felt great opposition from the enemy and have just been putting it off. Pretty busy guy, but need to make the time to do it. So we got our kids in the bed, and we have a little bit of time to ourselves, and we thought we would try this. So I've been watching a lot and listening to a lot of podcasts since the end of last year, and some of them may be telling the truth, some may be false, some may not be true and not realize it. I don't know, but I've learned a lot, I feel, and you know, you make your own decisions, and you kind of trust your intuition on things, and that's what I try to do. And so unknowingly, I didn't know Michelle wanted to join in with me on this until just a little while ago, and I was really glad she did, because well, we just like doing things together. And I know it'd make it a lot easier for me instead of just myself talking into a camera. So we don't really know how to get subscribers and have a video take off, but we're going to do what we can and just put it out there and let the Lord do the rest if he wants people to see it, or if he wants us to continue doing a weekly program where we talk about this stuff. But politics is a passion of mine, and a lot of people say, well, you shouldn't get involved with politics. Well, the other side is they're involved, and I feel like the conservative voice needs to stand up and be heard more than ever today, in several different areas. And I've even thought about running for a public office, a local office, but at this time I don't feel like that's for me. Maybe in the future it is, but this is a start, and I've thought about it, and I'd want the show to be a variety and overall be positive, even though we may cover some of the dumb, sickening things that's going on in the world today. But also want to touch on some other things that we have some life experience with, such as health and fitness. Neither one of us are no expert, but I'm currently fighting cancer, and I'm winning, by the way. I'm gonna win. And so there's, we're no doctors, but there's things that we've found in our research that we could talk about. We're foster parents, foster to adopt. That's a whole story within itself right there. Things that we can talk about, challenges and whatnot. Of course, talk about the gospel. We could read some scriptures, have a little devotion or something, and I'm a musician. At times I could sing you a song for you, be an encouragement to you. And also I thought about maybe reciting at least one of the amendments of the Constitution every time. And so just include things that we feel that are important. And of course, my lovely wife here could give you the perspective from the spouse, especially on the cancer part. She's done so much research, and I can truthfully say I would not be here today if it weren't for her. And so, you got anything you want to say about it?
Well, I just am really feeling like we are not the only ones that have been through. Right now, what's on the forefront of my mind is fighting cancer. Kevin has stage 4 colon cancer, which is the number 3 cancer killer in the U.S. And it's getting bigger and bigger. And what's on my both of our really heart and mind in relation to that aspect of our journey is walking the journey of treatment for that, and realizing that the treatment for stage 4 colon cancer is pretty brutal and pretty barbaric. After 50 years of research, we're not much further down the road in treatment with that, and Kevin was not given a cure treatment. His is really just palliative chemo, and we just said no, we're not going to accept that, and did a lot of research. And friends, there's a lot that can be done. It's just not out there given to us in terms of handed to us information wise. And long story short, Kevin is at a minuscule amount of cancer in his body right now, just because number one, of the Lord, and number two, we asked a lot of questions and pounded on a lot of doors, and God brought us through to a lot of resources that are curing Kevin in ways that are just not easily out there and readily available. And so we want to join those ranks of people who are really getting the word out about cancer and bringing about a whole lot more hope than what you would find just in traditional therapy. And from the spouse's perspective and from the mother's perspective, in terms of, we have young kids, and trying to mother young kids in foster care and adoption through a spouse being incredibly ill, I just wanted to offer some encouragement, because I know so many of you are out there doing the same thing. And I felt pretty alone. Well, I won't say alone. There was incredible help for us, and we have a huge support network. So that's alone is not the word, but it was pretty scary in the beginning, and it still is, honestly. But my hope is just that people could have some encouragement and get maybe a little bit of a life buoy on this kind of subject. And then to think about and talk about foster care. I don't know what it's like in your state. In our state, it's a real challenging thing. But we have a huge heart. That's where our family has come from, which was not what we actually intended at first, or thought was the way we were going to have our family, but it is the way God gave us our family, and we couldn't love our kids anymore than as if they were. It's as if they were born to us. And just that, navigating that whole process is really difficult. But at the same time, God is showing us a lot of things about our kids in this time, in this day and time, that they're meant to be in this day and time, and what we need to be doing and being about as being their parents, so that we can raise them to be all they're supposed to be in God, as God has intended them to be as they grow up. Because there's going to be a big fight on their hands in this day and age when they are of age, and we have responsibilities, huge responsibilities as parents. And so those are the kind of the two things that are on my mind, and why I really felt like I wanted to jump in and join with Kevin on this, because I just really feel that I'm not the only one that is walking this journey as a spouse. I know what it's like to walk with your spouse through all the painful stuff and not know how to help, and how lonely that feels, or how very scary that feels. And so and then parenting is tough. I mean, it's actually, that isn't even the word. It's really, 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 really tough, really hard. And especially kids that come from trauma like ours did. And so we just want to offer some encouragement, and reach out. That's what we want to do. Reach out and shed some encouragement, because we have found a whole lot of encouragement on our road.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. Well, that's it in a nutshell, I think. There again, we'll post this, and if you happen to see it, I'll try to put links or hashtags or however you do it when I post this to YouTube, and try to get it out there. And if you happen to see it and like it, you can like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's brand new, and we'll see where it goes from there. We'll certainly have a whole lot to talk about if people want to continue the conversation, and we'll get to where, if we got enough viewers, we'll go on live on YouTube, and I'll post it to Facebook as well, but I'm pretty sure they'll censor it like they normally do with stuff like this. So but we'll get it out there and see what happens. And if you happen to see this video, we thank you for stopping by and checking this out, and we hope to talk to you again. Bye.